What, buddy? Wanna go outside? Okay. Fuck.
And welcome back. I'm fucking up over here to episode 197 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, and I'm here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Practice Squad Waterboy
Ah,
King.
yep. The next Bobby Boucher.
You can't even.
Yeah,
You can't even be on the field, water boy.
I
You gotta be a
appreciate the
practice
compliment.
squad.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Shout out to my man.
As always, I got my guy Q McLeod with me. What's happening?
Putting away the evidence.
I know that's right. What the fuck?
I'm bringing back it. Right.
Shit. But you know,
Going on.
we here to talk another one. Football getting kicked off here.
All right.
Now,
What we got?
I immediately want to run down these power rankings that they got out on NFL.com, right? Because I think they're a little off. Well, I think they're a lot off. Now, running down the top three. Top two, of course, you know who them going to be. The Chiefs.
Don't tell him.
Kansas City Chiefs at 1, Philadelphia Eagles at 2.
Is that right? I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, per
Man,
NFL.com.
I'm not saying the order. I'm saying I don't know if I agree.
You don't agree off top? Just with the
No.
1 and the 2? What would you say?
I don't know if I put Philly at number 2.
Where would you put them?
Probably number 3, maybe even 4. Only because you got to understand we lost our
schedule.
We lost that. We lost our offensive coordinator. We lost our defensive coordinator. We did lose a couple pieces as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be the exact same team we were last year, clearly.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? So,
nor is any team, though.
Well, yeah, yes and no. But, I mean, like, that's a lot to lose, you know what I mean, coming off the season you had. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I think we're definitely top 3. But I don't know if I don't know.
That's interesting, and I think that's pretty fair to say, for sure. Now, here's where it gets wild to me, right? Because at number 3, they have the San Francisco 49ers. I just don't see that being that way. Now, and we got Q shaking his head over there. Now, I just don't see it being that way for the simple fact you got a good defense. Defense is solid. Offense can be solid, missing a few pieces, and then you traded away all of your quarterback veteran leadership. You got a sophomore quarterback in Brock Purdy, and you got a junior quarterback in Trey Lance. Neither has played an entire season. And now you hanging your stock. I know, didn't they pick up, what quarterback did they pick up?
Do they have Sam Darnold?
Mm-hmm. That's what they picked
Is that
up.
who it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes it worse, but okay.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any better, to be honest.
Well, they got Trey Lance on a trade rumor, apparently, in a 3-team trade. There's a rumor going around.
Nah, he won't go anywhere.
But I mean, like,
That's Shanahan's boy.
But what are you getting out of him? Right? Because what kind of Purdy do we get back? That was also his first year. We know that it gets harder every year after, especially at the quarterback position.
Right.
It gets harder every year after. Not to mention you had to leave your first year, which a lot of people have had great first years. We talk about Carson Wentz all the time. But you went out of that, I mean, similar to Wentz, right? With an injury. You went out with an injury, so now you got to come into a year that's going to be automatically harder for you. and we don't even know if we get the same Purdy back. Because we damn sure didn't get the same wins.
Yeah, but you can't compare the two, though.
I don't want to compare them as players, but I will compare them situationally. Because everybody was hooting and hollering over Carson Wentz when he was.
Well, you can't even do that, Cliff, because Carson Wentz came in as a starter. There was no backup. There was no third string for him.
Right.
Brock Purdy came from the depths of the chart and happened to be, Mr. Playtime. So I mean, even the way they started off and they came into it, really, I mean, they're still different. You know what I mean? One was up the depth chart, well, because of injury, and one was already the guy.
No,
you know
it's completely different. The only reason why I even use Carson Wentz as a name is because he's one of those quarterbacks where he was praised in his first season in the league.
He was, for sure.
And
MVP.
Again, right. And again, we know the first year is usually the easiest year for you. I don't want to say easiest. I just want to say you have a chance to show more because people don't know what to expect of you. But then the more film people start catching on to your game. It gets harder as you go along. So,
one thing I want to mention about the 49ers, and I figured as much when you mentioned where they were in the power rankings, is according to SportsIllustrated.com, they're counting on guys like Brandon Ayuk. I think mentioned Ayuk, yeah, of course the Deebo Samuel, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and then they mentioned, okay, so they also said that there were some key pickups, Cleveland Farrell.
Later,
and I know they got one of my Eagles. I think it was a Fletcher. No, it wasn't Fletcher. Who was it? I know they got somebody from my Eagles. I'm almost positive. But they actually, it says they loaded up this offseason on a lot of talent. I guess they got okay, now I was talking about Nick Bosa. But yeah,
matter of fact, Raiders got rid of Cleveland Farrell because he was too slow to be a defensive end and he was too small to be a tackle. I'm not saying he couldn't, revive his career in San Fran. I'm just saying that's already a tough. What do you do with him?
All right.
What do you do with him at that point?
True.
So, and like I said, the defense was already pretty strong. So I know a lot of those additions aren't players that you're just going to see starting on the field, but they're there to help out.
Right.
Whether it be coming off the bench or formationally. They're there to help out, but I don't know how much that tips the needle to really put you at a number 3 spot with all being said.
Well, it also depends on their strength of schedule, right? Without knowing it, which I can look it up.
Yeah, I don't know it off the top.
It could be their strength of schedule as well. And that's another thing. They may not always base that off of. I mean, I'm sure there's different factors, right? I'm sure there's schedule. I'm sure there's.
Yeah, it has to be strength of schedule because we're going to get to one of the reasons I believe it to be.
Yeah, like their schedule. I'm looking here, they play. Here it is. Okay, like they got Cardinals, Rams, Giants, Cowboys. Which I mean, it's not like I'm looking here and it's not really too many. I'm like, goddamn, their schedule looks kind of decent, easy.
Right. Now below them. At the 4th spot, we got Cincinnati Bengals.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm not willing to argue that spot based on the order you've started.
Then again, I don't think I would put them there, especially recently, because we know Joe Burrow's hurt. So I think that unfortunately, in my opinion, they should take a dip because they're not without Joe Burrow, they're not a top 3. Top 4. You said 4. Not a top 4 team.
Oh, no. That's a for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, what, Burrow out? Who y'all count? Who's his backup?
Maybe they expect him to be back.
Let me see how long he's out for.
They do. I mean, they look at it as a normal calf strain. 3 weeks.
Right.
Maybe 4. Rest on it. Type of thing.
Now, how many? Well, we got a good what? We got a good month and a half before the actual season starts. Maybe a little less.
Joe Burrow, his coach was quoted saying that um, whenever he said Joe Burrow was going to be out several weeks, they're now several weeks from when he last said several weeks. If that makes
And
sense.
that's cool. I feel like on par for the course, like on schedule, you could hold him out another several weeks, and he still could possibly be back for the start of the season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even after this several weeks passes, if he's not ready, hold him out another several weeks, and I'm sure he should be good by then. And that's gonna get you. The only concern is you're pushing it close to where that's right around season. Like, is he gonna be speed, like game speed ready?
Right. And is he going to be injury prone?
But I much rather him not be have to take a few games to get game speed ready than force him back early to a point where he may end up being injury prone.
Right. Because he came back too soon.
I much rather be dealing with speed. Although, be it that we know speed can lack of speed, that can get you hurt too. Not having your normal step can get you hurt. So I don't know. That might even be a situation where you might want to run him up to speed in practice a little bit. Maybe because you can afford to lose a one or a two, first 2 weeks. You can still, yeah, as the Bengals, especially with Burrow, yeah.
Well, I mean,
if I'm making progress with Burrow, if I know that Burrow is getting back healthy in the background of things, I can afford to have my second stringer play that role. And even if we lose to, no pressure on you. Just go out there and do what you know how to do. I have confidence that when Joe comes back, you got a 15-game season left in you. And now we got you back up to regular speed in practice as opposed to being in a game where you can get hurt again.
Your schedule is not too tough.
What was you about to say, Q?
I was going to say, I don't know now. I mean, if you're hurt, it's smart. Beginning of the season, like you said, yes, sit out.
Right.
But now you can't afford to take L's in the AFC this year.
Right. Yeah.
You are correct.
You can't give him away.
In his division too, Cliff. He's got a tough division.
Yeah.
And they got Buffalo right at number 5.
And I still hate that.
Yeah, that's weak.
I still hate it, man. They don't show up in the moment.
Well,
right.
If you hate Buffalo at 5, you're definitely gonna hate Dallas at 6. I had an extreme problem with Dallas at 6.
But it's like you said, though. But you said it yourself. That's every year. That's since the history of their
Jerry
franchise.
Jones buys his spot.
Right.
Like, I don't give a fuck if we the 22nd shittiest team in the league. You better put us in that top 10. Here's a couple extra million to do it.
I mean, they did get a couple pickups, but
I mean, every year
really
they're supposed to win the fucking Super Bowl.
Let me see. They did get a couple. I ain't gonna lie. They did get a couple pickups. So I was like, that's gonna make it a little interesting when we play them. But let me see.
Stephon Gilmore.
That was like a year or two ago now. But I mean,
yeah.
Let's see. But they won't resign Zach.
I don't want to. You don't want to disrespect a great, but it's like you're not the same. He
fell off after New England.
Yeah, you're not the same guy.
As presently
with all due
constructed,
respect, that's expected, but
as they're constructed right now offensively, you're looking for Pollard to come off injury and be the bat.
Right.
As you're constructed. You know what I mean?
Well, I read an article today that led me to believe Jerry Jones may be gambling that Zeke.
Oh, they got Brandon Cooks.
Well, yeah. Tomato.
He's a little speed.
Gives you a weapon to stretch the field a little bit.
Yeah.
Another speedster you got to worry about.
But I don't
even
see
though CD
I guess that's the only big name that I don't know.
Right, I don't see nothing that's tipping scales, and even with a speedster. You said what?
No, I was saying like I don't see nothing tipping scale.
And even with a speedster, right? Like Dak Prescott isn't the best decision maker.
Not by any means.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean that you'll be able to use him properly. We don't know that you're using the people that you got properly.
Right.
Obviously, they're not. Like I said, they supposed to win the Super Bowl every fucking year.
Right.
So
Oh,
I feel no shame.
right. But what I was saying was I read an article that led me to believe that Jerry Jones is gambling. Nobody picks Zeke up, and he can offer him a low ball to come back as the backup, basically.
I mean, why not? If that's the case, if that ends up being, because obviously, what did New England do with him? They didn't end up making no moves or where else.
Nah. New England just filled their last roster spot.
Right. So I mean,
with what's his name?
I got him.
Joe Giles.
So
the linebacker, he's a Buffalo linebacker, Joe Giles Harris or something like that.
Dallas did draft my boy though, defensive tackle Maisie Smith from Michigan. He was a dog. This is his rookie year. That's a good pickup. But yeah, I don't see nothing to tip the scale. Looking here through there.
Nothing to put you at 6, and I understand you came close to a good spot, but you still had to go through the Eagles to get there, and that wasn't happening. Right. Either way it goes, that wasn't happening for you. I don't even think it would have been that deep. I think they would have got knocked off by the Giants.
The Giants could have. Yeah, the Giants wasn't no hoes last season. They were a fighting team to the end.
That's what I'm saying. I saw more fight in the Giants than I did in the Cowboys.
But that Brian Daboll, he killing Fatso. What's his name?
You said what? I didn't hear what you
said. Brian Daboll's killing Fatso Mike McCarthy. That's why I think Brian Daboll's a better coach than Mike McCarthy. That's the Giants coach, Cliff, Brian Daboll.
And Mike McCarthy coaches.
Man, Cliff, you ain't know who coached the Cowboys, G?
That's the Cowboys coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember I told you I'm not a big coach management guy. Until you give me a reason to learn your name, I don't care who you are.
No, you got to know the coach, because if that's the case, Cliff, all right, Q. I'm sure you're going to agree. If that's the case, you would have never paid no attention to me and Q's head coaches. Now, clearly, we only pay attention because...
No, I started paying... You remember, I had to run my words back.
Right.
As you did, too. You came in talking about... You got them planting flowers and doing all kinds of...
Yeah, but you got to pay... But
as the season went on, that's what got my attention. And I said, oh, okay, let me learn you. But until you give me a reason to learn you, I'm not worried about who your coach is.
Well, that's where, in my opinion, there's a big correlation though. You can have the best players on the team. Again, look at the Cowboys. You can have some of the greatest players but if you don't have some of the great coaches or some of the best coaching staff, what's that going to do? So that's why I look at that shit, because I'm like, okay,
I get it. Yeah. I get it. It's just we get into the same spot off of different views though. You know what I'm saying? Right. Either way, we still making it to the same location. They're not what motherfuckers is saying they should be. Whether you blame the coach, I blame the scheme, the players. I don't care what it is. It's not working.
Yeah, because that shit but I don't know. Dallas is just, they're a joke, man. They're just a fucking joke. When Jerry Jones passes away,
but that may be wrong of me. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I've always been that way. I don't really give a fuck who your coach is until you show me that you're a coach worth me following.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, again, that may be wrong, but it hadn't really thrown me in any of my bets, picks, or otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I look at that shit like Ron Rivera. You know what I'm saying? They signed him. I'm like, oh, I ain't worried about the Commanders. And that's just, you know what I mean?
And Yeah, no, I can't lie. I was about to say the only reason why I know about that is because of the whole Eric Bieniemy situation that just went down. But that's a lie. That's a lie. I knew he was. I knew he was there before this one. I was about to lie and say that, but nah.
But I mean, but yeah, I mean, I look at that shit because, like I said, sometimes some coaches will shock you, but a lot of time I feel like it'll tell you like what kind of team that's really going to be, what kind of season they're going to have.
Yeah,
Some will
somewhat.
surprise you. Some
Somewhat.
will surprise.
But see, I think I look at more key pieces and holes. You know what I'm saying? When you can fill a hole with a key piece, then I feel like, of course, coaching matters. The play calls matter. But let's
Right.
be honest, a lot of that doesn't even come from the coach anyway. The coach may okay it, but it's coming from the OC and the defensive coordinators and all that. They're telling the coaches what they see.
But who's the ones that usually get to pick the OCs or pick the coordinators?
The coach, of course. Well, in some instances, the coach.
Most of the time, I feel like it's the coach because a lot of the times the team, like you said, they don't want to have to do that. They want you to be happy, want you to have the crew that you need. So most of the time, they let
But
you.
it's been some teams that's like we ain't booting them OCs. We keep it.
Yeah,
in
no.
place.
Something and
Coaching.
what happens what happens when teams do that? Somebody's gonna go, either that OC or that coach. Somebody's gonna go. Somebody ends up getting fired.
What? Maybe we need more of that. Now that I think about it, I think that should be designated to, again, like I'm saying, like the trusted coaches. The trusted coaches should be able to bring in a team. But if I don't trust you, I can't afford you to bring. These motherfuckers may be sloppy.
All right, but take a step back. If you didn't trust them, you wouldn't have hired them. If I don't,
No. I can trust you, but I may not trust the people you invite. That would be like me saying, Mark, I got a little job for us. Let's go paint at my spot. And you bring 2 extra people. I don't know if I trust you two. You may be messy. I know him. I don't know y'all.
But doesn't that go back on and off the air to where we say, because we know each other, we're never going to bring us either one of us around people that we think we wouldn't feel comfortable around necessarily.
Well, see, that's different though. That's different though. Being comfortable and being right for the job are 2 different things. See, my whole thing is, it's like this. If I'm running an organization and I have all my pieces in place and I'm like, damn, this HC really isn't working for me, I need a new one. That doesn't mean that if I bring you in, you can then replace the other 2 that I have been working. Because I may have to fire all 3 of y'all. And that's going to put me in a bad position. Because I can't find a good HC, OC, DC all in 1 year if I let go of y'all. But I can confirm that I'm comfortable with the OC and the DC I currently have. So that means if something goes wrong, it's you. Because these people have been holding it down for me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. Like we're in such a money game now that motherfuckers are just willing to toss around money to cross their fingers for a win. It's like when we place a bet online and we put together a parlay. Yeah, there's a bigger chance of that failing. And by you bringing in 3 people as opposed to 1, I just parlayed my hire.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's too much. And there's no way you at that point you have to rock with something you don't like for a while until you can find something better to switch it out. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's no way you can switch all 3 of those in 1 season and get good picks. It's not going to happen. They're not all going to be available at the same time for you to get a good offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach.
Right.
Just doesn't make sense. But that's here nor there. Buffalo at 5. I know y'all disagreed. Dallas is 6. I definitely disagree. Yeah, I disagree with the next 4, actually. 3. Because at 7, we got the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I know the Ravens, talent-wise, are good enough to be considered up there, but I don't see you at a 7.
Well, man, they still got Harbaugh. We know Harbaugh's a pretty good coach.
I agree.
That's why I always go back to coaching. You know what I mean? Because again, it is about the talent and the people on the field. But if you got a good staff, that's also usually a plus.
No,
you know what
I
mean?
definitely agree that Harbaugh's a good coach, but I also don't think he has been one since that Super Bowl with Flacco and
Well, what do you define a good coach? Because I'm about to pull up his record.
well, no, that's not his record. That's Lamar's record. That's why I say he hasn't been a coach since that Super Bowl. Because Lamar's another one of those people that they just put out on the field and say, "Now do your thing, Lamar."
But you can't do that, Cliff, because that's like trying to do that to. You could even try to say that in a way about Hurts, right? Like you can't take that away from our head coach. Our head coach is amazing.
No, I don't think that's the case at all. I think
throws the ball, runs the ball.
No, but the difference is Hurts has players on the field with him that he has chemistry with.
Right.
Lamar has no one. Never has he had no one. That team didn't budge to get him no one. Just now they got him Odell Beckham Jr. But I'm saying he's never. Go ahead.
Last time the Dolphins faced him, Tua had over 450 yards passing and 6 fucking touchdowns. And we stumped their ass 28-3 in the fourth quarter.
See that's another thing. That goes to that goes to coaching. There's no that's coaching right there. But what I'm saying is when you got a guy like Lamar and you're not doing anything to help him be great, essentially what you're doing is you're putting him out on the field and say, do your thing. Make something out of nothing. I don't give no coach credit for that.
But let me see. Out of
all of Lamar's plays, all of Lamar's greatest shit are based on a breakdown plays.
But hang on though, Cliff.
Right or wrong though, all Lamar's best plays are based on broke down plays. It wasn't a design play. It wasn't like the coach drew that up. You gonna run around in the backfield for 4 seconds and then look down. That's not a play you called. That's him doing that.
But Lamar hasn't been there in the full 15 or 16 years 15 years that Harbaugh's been there though. And if you look at Harbaugh's record, he's only had 2 losing seasons out of 15 years.
True.
Yeah, no, I said I like Harbaugh, but I just, like I said, I don't think that you've been that elite coach. Even, I don't want to say, that gets a little disrespectful. I was about to say something disrespectful. But you've been a mid-tier coach since then. And that's factual.
I mean, Lamar's been hurt though, right?
Correct. But that's also because the situation you put him in as the coach.
Well, here's the thing. And I think this is where a lot of things get lost in translation. We do know who the GM of the Baltimore Ravens is, right? Ozzie Newsome.
Oh yeah,
Ozzie Newsome is the one that calls all the shots on the team.
You are right.
That's what I was gonna say, man.
You are right. That does go above the coach a bit.
Harbaugh, he pleaded, "I want to pay Lamar. I want Lamar here. I want him, but his hands behind his back." You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Ozzie Newsome has been the hero, the heel.
That's a good point.
He calls all the shots. Go ahead.
But one thing we know is he doesn't pursue the stars offensively like he does the defense.
Right.
No, definitely.
The bar's been in the league too long for you not to snag up one of them guys paying them top.
No, he fell in love. He fell in love with that Ray Lewis, Suggs, Ed Reed type defense combo.
Right.
Trying to replicate it. You can't.
My defense give me a touchdown every game.
Yeah, you can't replicate something like that. What you got was a flash in a bottle. That was a shooting star that you found to have those players come together on your squad. You don't just get that again, and you're not good enough to put that together on your own. And I'm not saying that just individually. I'm just saying anyone to put something like that, it's never been done. When else has it been done?
Fun fact, Ozzie Newsome is a former NFL player. He was a tight end for the Cleveland Browns. He was actually inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1999. and he's from Alabama and went to the University of Alabama.
Not Alabama.
I did not know that.
I don't think I knew that either.
But anyways, yeah, he's not. I mean, he's done, like you said, lightning in a bottle. You can't do that every time. You can't.
It's you can't do that. It's the same way. Like say it'd be the same way. Something like that. That combo is the same as like saying the Warriors. I'm gonna buy the squad. Like I'm gonna pull them. I'm gonna trade for. And you don't. You can't. You can't. You just have to come across something like that.
Right.
But it doesn't just work like you pursuing it. And I feel like that's where they're fucking up as the Ravens. And the Raiders are good for it too. That's why that Devontae Adams trade, even though I called it because Carr was his boy. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we don't trade for offensive players. We don't want anybody offensively for some reason. It's all defense, defensive line.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't know why that is.
Help the offense. Like,
right.
Completely understand. Defense wins championships. But I do find it ironic that every defense that somebody tries to construct isn't a top, they're not even a mid-tier defense.
Right.
They end up being below mid-tier. I can't think of one off top. You just putting players together and it just so happened to work for you.
Right. It gels. Yeah, no.
Even the Legion of Boom, that happened. It wasn't like you just went out looking for each person and placing them. Right. No, it just happened for you.
Let me see.
That was just the best chemistry ever seen collectively.
Right. And that usually comes
by a defensive unit.
It usually comes from people coming up together as opposed to being placed piece by piece. I guess that's the moral of the story. Right.
Golden State, that's how they became stars. The motherfuckers wasn't stars when Golden State grabbed them.
Right.
They raised the big three.
Even Steph had to watch Monte go nuts for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before he got his shot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't blame him though. I mean, he did go to Davidson. He had a real competition.
No, I think, but that's why I think they were so shocked with in the they're not the playoffs, the tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what bought him. It's the same with Trae Young. It's the same with Ja Morant. I know Trae went to Oklahoma, but Ja went to Murray State.
Murray State.
Motherfuckers ain't looking for nobody at no Murray State.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that man he was on TV every motherfucking night though.
That's how Trae was, but everybody was talking about Trae until they got to the tournament and saw them against the players outside of their division and was like, oh, they doing that to them too? They might be all right.
Yeah. Because you got a lot of teams who players disappear in the moments,
right?
And they never.
Hell yeah!
You got players on the squads that motherfuckers would die to be on doing that. Tennessee's, Alabama's, and it's like we thought this motherfucker was gonna be. That happens. But back to the shit. I'm gonna leave the Ravens alone. The only reason why I don't think they should be at 7 though is because Lamar's always injured. Can't think of a season that he's really pushed through. I'm not saying push through, like, you know what I mean, though. Like,
been able to make it successfully.
Right. Odell Beckham Jr. hadn't been through a whole season damn near ever.
Right.
I do think you'll see a different Lamar regarding injury-wise.
Regarding injuries?
Yeah. Because I can even take last season into consideration, like, I believe if his contract was settled in that moment, he could play.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. But look at Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews got hurt because you didn't have anybody else to target.
Fucking right. So, they beat that down.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what the Ravens seem to do offensively. They're gonna drive you into the wood. Don't matter what position you play, you're gonna be hurt because they're gonna drive you into the wood.
with a guy like Mark Andrews, there's no fucking way y'all ain't bought y'all a number one receiver by now.
Right.
It's sad it took you this long to grab Odell, who's on a comeback tour. You know what I mean?
I'm rooting, praying, all that for Odell.
Oh
I
yeah, I
hope
want him
he
to shine.
shows the fuck out.
I just hate, we gonna thump their ass again, but it is what it is. You know, shit happens.
But below that, we got at 8 the New York Jets.
They had 8 because of number
Really?
8.
I need to watch their little show on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
They had 8 because of number 8.
Well, see, I actually think that they could have been a little higher given they gave 6 and 7 to Baltimore and Dallas.
But you ain't seen them yet with this team. That's
No,
the thing.
no,
True.
we haven't. But think about the defense, which was already very strong. The issue that they had last year was their offense couldn't move a ball. Now, you had Garrett Wilson, who showed out every time he got a ball in his direction, but you didn't really have much else. Braxton Berrios, who I liked, but you didn't even really use him correctly. So what I'm getting at is now what you've done is you brought a whole wide receiver 1 in with Aaron Rodgers being Allen Lazard. You brought a wide receiver 1 in with already wide receiver 1 and Garrett Wilson. So now you bump Lazard down to the wide receiver 2 spot. And you got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback with a familiar face. And their defense was already shutting motherfuckers down. And they're not above Dallas. They're not above Baltimore. Because Baltimore's defense wasn't nowhere on the Jets' defensive level.
All right.
And now you added all that to the offense. Man, that's tough. I see the Jets replace Dallas with them.
Like I said, you still have to see what they, like I said, you still have to see
Right.
it first. Then,
right.
You know what I mean?
I agree. But when you got a conductor who's been driving trains for 15 years, I trust him a little bit more than I trust the guy who's been in it for 2 or 3.
They said that about Matt Ryan, Cliff. They said that about Phillip Rivers. Look how them guys, I mean, I'm not saying they're Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying that.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Matt Ryan got a ring, though.
Man, yeah, that shit, man.
It's about how the young guys respond when they piss Aaron off and he finally let loose on.
No, that's the truth. That's a great point because he'll tell you how he feels.
Yeah.
When he get in that moment and you piss him off, you make that one little fucking mistake or whatever.
But
it's the response.
But here's the big but. That's what Allen Lazard is for. Because he went through it.
That's what I mean.
It came out on the other end.
Respond. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So when those young bucks in New York be like, who the fuck is he? What is he on? Allen can be like, bro, it's a part of the process. We're going to get there. Just rock.
Yeah, but you can't always go with that because I'll just, how do I say this? All right.
But there's no big egos there either. Who's the big ego?
You don't know that. Bitch,
you don't know. That's what I'm saying. You haven't seen it. You see, you're speaking as if
I'm just saying you don't deserve a big ego. Biggest ego award on the Jets right now, I would say, is a split between Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. Both of y'all are young as fuck. Y'all deserve to have rookie season egos, but you don't deserve an ego. So when you get in there with a great like Aaron Rodgers, who you were watching before you went to high school, you gotta fall in line, regardless of how big your ego is. That's like people come into the league and playing with like a LeBron. Like, damn, I was watching him when I was in the 8th grade. I gotta fall in line for the time being.
It may not even really fall back on ego. It really may just be like if Aaron Rodgers crosses a line. right? Because I may like me, like I go to work, I don't have an ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm going there, hey, how you doing? But if motherfucker went across that line,
now, I agree there.
I don't care if you're director. Look, director.
Well, just send my nigga on another ayahuasca retreat. They already don't test for weed in the NFL anymore, so send them a little bag.
I'm not gonna lie, their schedule overall. I mean, we got a couple. I would say gimme games. Their schedule overall is kind of tough.
Right? It is.
They got Bills, Cowboys, Pats, Chiefs, Broncos, Eagles, Giants, Chargers, your Raiders, Bills, Q's, Dolphins. Like,
right.
I don't know. I mean, and they got Dolphins twice, obviously, and they got them twice within a couple weeks.
Now here we go. Now I'm glad you said that. Dolphins at number 9. Don't agree with that.
Crazy.
Bump them up.
They should be. I think they should be.
We top 5 words.
That's what I was going to say.
I would say if not, you're close to it. I don't see you anything below 7.
5 or 6 at
You
least.
can put me at 5. I ain't gonna be mad.
Right.
You know?
And the only reason why I think you have to keep them around that 5 to 7 rank is because Tua's injury. If Tua wasn't injured, there's no reason that they're not top 3.
Ooh, I want to do a bad prediction.
I saw you churning your wheels looking down.
I want to do a bad prediction.
Do it.
A different top 5 at the end of the year.
Okay, let me see. Hold up. Let me write this down. Okay. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That worked. Yep.
Now I can't count out the champs. Gotta go KC number 1.
Okay.
But Miami holding it down at 2.
Okay.
Got the Philly boys at 3.
They said Miami at 2.
Nah, 4 and 5 finna blow your damn mind.
Who?
You crazy.
At 4, I'm going Detroit Lions.
Just for that, I'm looking up tickets because now I feel like I have to go to the game now that you said that bullshit.
I mean, I always saw the Detroit coming up. I don't know if I know. That didn't sound off.
Ooh, that's a Monday night game at 8:20.
At 5, LA Chargers.
Oh yeah.
She said you don't like Justin Herbert, so now I'm really lost. See, he just made that list.
So now we have to do that as well, Mark. See how he set us up.
I don't think Mount understood what happened though.
What happened?
I say I don't think Malcolm understand what I just did right there.
I mean, I see that you definitely put your Dolphins above his Eagles.
What you mean?
I believe Tua outlasted. I just believe Tua outlasted the season. With a healthy Tua, we where we gonna be.
Y'all need to get him in a boxing gym.
To be honest, y'all better hope that he can stay healthy against us. And I'm not even just saying it to say that. I'm like, our defensive line is one of the best, if not the best D-line in the league.
Well, I'm just saying, because I know people heard my statement and was like, what the fuck is he talking about? He can't afford to get hit in the head. And he can't. That's why I'm saying y'all got to get him in a boxing gym to have him do some of the neck workouts.
He been training, man.
He got to strengthen his neck though, because he
has training and getting hit. Training and getting hit is 2 different things.
He been doing jiu-jitsu. He been getting
fuck
hit.
That jiu-jitsu. That nigga has a newborn neck. Like you got to support that bitch, or it's wobbling.
I believe in the doctors and the training staff and the preference that were made in the offseason, and especially that the defense was happy with his progress.
Hey, let's look at this. Hold on. Q, you want to hear y'all's offensive line?
Man, look. Good. We good, baby.
No, not good. Q. That's what I'm Alama Olave, Robert Jones, Lester Cotton, Dan Feeney, Robert Hunt. Who? What? Who? Now look. Now go to Philly. Hey, Cliff. We talked about it the other week. Go to Philly's offensive line. All pros, starters, Pro Bowlers. Hey, Cliff, go to the D line. Rookies coming in from Georgia, ballers. Fletcher Cox and them boys. Brandon Graham still going hard. Now, how the Dolphins offensive line, defensive line going to stop that, Q?
How we gonna stop it? Proof in the pudding, man. I can't predict the future and try to explain this to you because once again we're gonna be in one of them scenarios where when the season comes and things happen, they're gonna be like, "Damn, Q, well, what happened?" You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, "I told you so." So it's just gonna be what it is.
But I hope you didn't talk too soon and jinx Tua like Cliff said, because there's a lot of tough defenses.
Baby. I'm a real fan. Ain't no jinxing a real fan.
But you know what, Cliff? Now that I just thought about it, y'all would think that because Tua is injury prone, that Miami would specifically beef up that offensive line, like get the best of the best that they can. You know what I mean?
I got the smartest coach in the. I got the smartest coach in the fucking
don't
league.
Matter. He like we said last season.
He ain't doing what. They not doing what they're doing for a reason.
He can't
make decisions being done specifically for Tua right now, and everybody's failing to understand that.
But he holds the ball too long.
Continue to down the process because of this man's history. But you got to remember all the bullshit we went through last season. You had like Tua the only one dealt with this shit, bro. Everybody had to learn from this shit.
He holds the ball too long.
Man, look, I got the smartest coach in the league.
And then look, he said the best coach in the league.
Everything. I got the best coach in the league, bro.
So he's better than Andy Reid.
I say smart. He's pretty smart. He's
making
Andy Reid. Q. I want to hear you confidently.
Andy Reid got a little MJ. I can't say that.
He may be the most innovative.
Hold on.
Sure.
And he's better than Belichick. Q. He better than Belichick. He better than Belichick. Q.
Belichick done fell on his dick since Brady left, so I can't
like
say that either.
Says, body of work, Q. Body of work.
I understand the body of work. I hear you, but hey,
for
me,
and Belichick stayed 500 even after
that's what I'm saying. I understand.
But don't y'all say, hold on. Don't y'all say, what have you done for me lately?
I'm about to pull up his record. I don't think
he's even for that Cam Newton season. I don't think he ended.
He's had a bad. I'm about to pull it up. Bill Belichick, man, he said, man, let me see. Okay, last year he was 8-9. 2020 he was 7-9. But again, I mean, this man is supposed to be like the Phil Jackson in the NFL.
I'm not down to his body of work. I'm talking lately.
Nah, I give
him. You can't spit him at me like he's doing something right now.
He's not.
Nah, I give Mike McDaniels, I'll give him most innovative coach. This nigga put a webcam onto his helmet just to see what he saw. And that's how you know this nigga holds the ball too long. Yeah, he like, why aren't you getting the ball out your hand? I need to see what you're seeing.
Yeah. What's making you hold that motherfucker?
I was just saying to Malk's point, if your offensive line ain't the toughest going against somebody like the Eagles, this nigga can't hold the ball like that.
They're not gonna hold us, Cliff. It's about to be a shit show, bro. It's about to be. Hey, I'm about to blow y'all's mind. This is what's funny. This was funny. See, this is CBS Sports. I didn't even know they had this. They got a power ranking on NFL coaches. They got Andy Reid #1, Kyle Shanahan #2. I disagree. They got Bill Belichick #3, Sean McVay #4. That's bullshit. John Harbaugh #5, Mike Tomlin #6, Sean McDermott #7.
Wait, they're putting people.
Oh my goodness!
Wait, what?
Bruh, hold on, wait a minute. Did they do this shit? Did they just shake some fucking dice and roll that shit on the floor, bro?
This nigga said Sean McVay at 3.
Oh. Right.
You said what?
Okay, this is my first time seeing this list. I'm really dumbfounded. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. Like, this shit is crazy. They've got it was Sean McVay at #4, John Harbaugh #5, Mike Tomlin #6, McDermott #7. They got Sean Payton at #8. They got Sean Payton at #8. Pete Carroll, number 9. Doug Peterson, number 10.
That's
Matt
crazy.
LaFleur, number 11. Nick Sirianni, 12. Mike Vrabel. Let me see where they got your boy at, Q. They got him. This is crazy. Q, they got Mike McDaniel, number 18. Bro, this CBS Sports early hit the showers. I'm pissed off already. This is crazy.
Well, that's the thing. You can't trust everybody's shit, and that's what I've been learning, looking up stats and shit like that. Like, I gotta compare shit to know what's real and what's not.
That
I
ain't
mean, it's CBSSports.com clip. I don't know how much realer that get.
Well, that's all opinion based anyway, so I ain't stunting that. But
I'm mad at whoever wrote this shit. I'm looking for the author of this article. Like, I'm just mad in general. That's crazy. Like, what football are they watching? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I need a new TV. That's crazy.
Intern.
he said must be interns made that list. They said, fuck it, put out a coaches list. We don't know.
They
what
got
the
Josh
fuck it is.
McDaniel at number 30.
Oh shit.
Why is he on there? I guess.
I
guess
mean, you
last
gotta
year.
put him
Right.
on.
I almost fell out my chair.
I guess last year. Last year was his first year head coaching. I guess that's where you got.
No.
list from.
Remember, it wasn't. You keep forgetting that he head coached in Denver. You always forget he.
I do. You are right. You're right.
Right.
You're right. You're absolutely correct.
Uh-huh.
I do that every time too.
Right. You be like, it's his first go around. Like, he was in Denver for a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm like, that list is crazy. I'm just.
Why is he on there though? God damn, why is that nigga on there? Where's the nigga that the Raiders? What was he? The interim coach that was the kicker that went like.
He did all right.
Yeah, he went like 6-2 towards the back half of the season or something like that.
He did all right. It was like some crazy ass name, like Italian.
Can't think of it. And I'm giving him more. I think it was 4-2, but
yeah, where was you?
Back to the list. After the Dolphins, they got the Jags at 10. They got the Lions at 11. So they see that the Lions.
Hey, where's the Vikings at? That's disrespectful.
They ain't even top 15.
That is. I'm not even a Vikings fan, but that's disrespectful.
They ain't top 15.
I mean,
guess where they
Kirk
put my
Cousins.
Raiders?
Translate.
28.
He was close.
25.
29.
Whoa, worse than I thought.
They gave us 29, which is wild to me, right? Because the Raiders went 6-11 last year, and we made the playoffs, right? Now, mind you, we had the 4th strongest strength of schedule last year with Carr at quarterback, who we know is not a proven winner.
He can be. He gonna prove it this year.
Man, you know that? Do you know that there's a stat? You know that there's a stat right now that Carr could be the first NFL quarterback in history to lose to 31 out of 32 teams?
Hey, no, he's what? There has to be somebody else that's.
Nope. Next closest is Aaron Rodgers, who's lost to 28 out of 32 teams.
That makes sense.
But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, right? Guess what 2 teams Carr hasn't lost to?
Who?
The Raiders, of course.
The Chiefs. Oh no, he's lost to the Chiefs, of course.
Now here's where it gets interesting. The Carolina Panthers, who you're now in a conference with, so you'll see them twice. And they got Bryce Young now. You hear what I'm saying?
But they don't got no squad though. They have nobody on that squad.
Man, they don't have a very good defense, but offensively, with a guy like Bryce, I can't see him doing any worse than a Baker or a Darnold.
It's hard getting adjusted to that league, though, Cliff.
You are correct, but I also think he's different from a Baker and a Darnold.
I mean, but Baker wasn't. But hold on now, because Baker was getting awards and shit too, wasn't he? Didn't he win Heisman's and shit when he was in college? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he won
He was
Heisman.
a hot commodity. He was a hot commodity when he was in college. He was Mr. Big Shit too. Like we can't play Baker like he wasn't Mr. Big Shit in college either. That nigga came.
I think that they're different. I think they're different quarterbacks.
In for sure, but I'm just saying the hype. You know what I mean? The hype
Well,
around
yeah, I
these
mean
guys
it's a
is
lot of
really
hype. There
similar.
was hype behind Manziel,
Yeah,
who was
yeah,
also a Heisman, wasn't he?
yeah. But
Yeah, Manziel
I
won the
want to say he
Heisman.
got it. I want to say yeah, he got one.
Yeah.
Fuck Johnny Football.
Listen, he was talking about just in an article today how he didn't he never watched tape when he was at Cleveland, like talking about all the things he was doing wrong and shit.
And that explains it.
How you never watch tape and you're a quarterback? You're a fucking quarterback, Joe. How you don't watch tape? You're a quarterback. You have to watch tape. You ain't watch no defensive tape. Fuck your tape. Don't look at your mistakes. You ain't watched no defensive tape, no coverage, no nothing. No, you didn't. Yeah, you don't deserve to be back in the league saying some shit like that. But they got the Chargers at 12, the Browns at 13, which I'm having a hard time finding out. Like, where do you get that? Where you get the
And
Browns at 13?
I mean, where they supposed to be at?
Cubs, Deshaun Watson. What else? They got Kareem Hunt still, right?
Yeah.
Nah, Kareem Hunt was projected to.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get out of there. Did he already get out of there though? I don't think he left.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's gone fully. The fact check for that.
Yeah, I don't see. I don't. Now I'm not saying that the Browns can't be 13.
I know he actually is listed currently as a free agent. He
Okay.
It was actually reported today that he left the Colts without a contract and will continue to feel interest from other teams. And that's per ESPN.
Well, no, that might not be true.
And you know, Jonathan Taylor just checked himself out of training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Say he's dealing with an injury, and it's all based around the contract.
Right.
We know.
Right.
Since Thursday came out being ignorant.
Right.
So,
I mean,
pay the man.
Listen, Josh Jacobs ain't coming back.
That's what I'm saying.
And he shouldn't. I'm a Raiders fan. He shouldn't. He should hold out. I wouldn't play a game of the season. I ain't playing a fucking down.
Yeah. Got to play for y'all sorry ass, and y'all sorry ass don't pay me.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
Listen, I'm telling you, watch him this year. Watch him this year. They're going to be hurting a lot of people's feelings.
Kareem Hunt is actually a free agent, and he just visited the Saints on the 7th.
Now, that's an interesting 1-2 punch. Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt.
That would be.
That's a very interesting 1-2 punch right there. That kind of gets my attention.
And they're saying the Colts offer him more money than the Saints did.
Who, Kareem?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it probably ain't enough. He looking for probably number one money.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You got a guy like Josh Taylor there who been doing his thing for at least the past 2 seasons. Still healthy. And you saying, nah, I don't want to pay him, but let me see if we can get somebody that's a little less for less money. That's what you saying? Is that what they saying? That's wild. We'll offer Kareem Hunt more money because it's still less than what Josh Taylor's expecting. And then we'll just say, fuck Josh. That is fucking insane. That shit's insane to me. Meanwhile, they tossing cash everywhere, every which way.
Yeah. Now, it makes sense for the Saints seeing Alvin Kamara is suspended the first 3 games of the season. So, you know, having a guy like that in the stable, 1-2 punch when Kamara does come back.
And that's one thing I will say. If there is any New Orleans fans, managers, anybody that may stumble across this feed, y'all need a running back dealing with Carr. You need somebody to save him out of that backfield. He will get nervous. He will start stuttering, breaking down, and will look to his running back. So if he doesn't have one,
Well, you got to remember now,
just as many picks as Jameis Winston. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Kamara been doing it for years now.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, and you out the first 3 games.
Yeah.
What does he do then? That may change the way he's looked at for the rest of the season. Oh, you was fucking up out there in that first 3 games without a running back. We don't know how we feeling now that he coming back.
Also, it says Kareem Hunt, after he visited the Saints, was immediately on his way to visit the Colts as well.
Yeah, that's what Q said.
Oh, I thought.
Q said the Colts offered him more, and that's why I said that's fucked up. You tried to give him more than the Saints to give Jonathan Taylor less, or to not keep him at all.
I think Jonathan Taylor would still get more. I don't think it'd be as much as he would want, but I think he would get paid more than Kareem.
Well, isn't he upset he hadn't got a deal?
No, they're all upset because they want their deals reworked. That's what all of them are saying.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is, Jacobs was up for a deal. As opposed to giving him a deal, you franchise tag him. And I'm pretty sure Jonathan Taylor went through the same thing in Indy.
I know Jonathan Taylor is in his last year, I believe.
Okay, so he still has one more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. He'll be fine for whatever he misses. So, what it is.
Nigga, you can find me whatever.
That's what I'm saying,
You can find me whatever the fuck. You can keep my, what's the name for the, ooh, shit. I almost fucked up everything. Almost fucked up everything. And they saw it. God damn it.
The fucking touch screen, Cliff.
Man, I just need to get my second screen back up and running so I don't got to keep this damn mouse and everything up. And Mark just torturing me with all the posts and the
Oh, I told you I do that for my own. That's how I keep my own, schedule and thing.
I know you trying to cover Q's face.
Well,
what was we talking about?
Well, let's see. That's what I'll be having this list for. On a side note, real quick, this was interesting. My boy in the NBA, Anthony Davis, signed an extension with the Lakers that makes him the highest paid in NBA history at more than $60 million a year.
They got to.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Why, Q?
Yeah. What else you got?
No, you are correct about that. But if you willing,
but
if you
versus what else is out there?
Yeah, availability wise.
Ain't no Joel Embiid coming to LA now.
But did you have to give him that much though?
I
don't think you had to give him that much, and I don't think he would have expected that much. Now, while Anthony Davis is a dog, highest paid player in the league, dog, not for a while you've been, if ever. But, I mean, congrats to the guy. If they giving it, take it. Shit. I ain't mad at him. I'm just saying that's exactly what I mean when motherfuckers is just tossing around money hoping for a ring. You just tossing around money.
Yeah, they give him a max contract.
But
LA
again,
got it.
oh, they
LA got it.
definitely got it.
Malcolm,
They definitely
Malcolm,
got
y'all
it.
got the money to spend, man. Don't be mad.
They do, and they don't got nothing to really spend it on right now. So I guess mine as well. Might as
Listen,
well spend it on something, even if you don't play it. But a whole lot of.
Low,
all I know
hey,
is God bless the homeless, but if California keep allowing all these shanty towns coming up, y'all ain't gonna have enough taxpayer money to do any improvements to y'all stadium.
damn.
That ain't gonna never be the case. That boy Bus made sure he set it up built for that.
I hope
Built
so.
for last. No,
I
he
hope
did.
I hope he was very
He
monetarily
did.
responsible, because right now it ain't looking too good on the West Coast.
It's always sold out every year. Never a problem with the ticket sales.
I know that's right.
But
Just
also,
step over the cardboard boxes to get there.
all right. Listen,
What about
long
Christian Wood? Are y'all still looking at Christian Wood?
not that I haven't heard anything.
I thought he went somewhere.
No, he's still free agent.
I don't know why I thought he went somewhere.
And I think
Nah,
we already signed a big Q. We signed what was his name?
Jackson Hayes.
Oh
Yeah,
no, not Christian. I know Christian Wood. No, that yeah, they said. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of Now I can't think of his
I
name.
mean, at this point, any team, would only be offering him the minimum.
Who? Christian Wood?
Hell yeah.
Nah, he deserves
He
more
got a
than the
bad rep.
minimum, but
Yeah, that's what I heard. I just seen something.
He got a bad rep.
yeah, I still think he deserves more than the minimum, but I wouldn't.
Not that many teams have money to spend at this point. If we talking contending teams, the most they got to offer is a veteran minimum.
I don't know. I saw.
That's what the Heat would offer him.
I saw.
Even
You said what?
I said, even in the Lakers case, that's all they would be able to offer. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if you giving AD all that money, that's why that's all you can afford to offer him. But I did see a video. I don't know how true it was. I think it was just one of them wishing fans that made a video about the Cavs should potentially get Christian. And I don't think that that's a bad addition. I don't think that he's worth a lot, but I also think the Cavs could afford to give him a little more than the vet minimum.
Oh yeah, they can.
You know what
They
I'm
definitely
saying? Now, I don't think he's worth a lot. Again, I'll say that. But I would sign him to a little, 1 year, 4.5, just to see how you work. Ain't nobody really getting paid other than Donovan and Darius. You said that's still close to what?
That's still kind of close to a vet man. So
what is that? 2.5?
I've seen it be different numbers, 2.5, 3 mil. I guess it all depends on the player. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I know it was 1.75. And then I think they have increased it a couple of times, so I don't know what it is now, but I would imagine.
Yeah, I remember we did see that one deal that was like 2.5.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But I mean, Christian Wood, get your money. If they giving AD all this cash, I know you can get a little 4.5 out of somebody.
If AD don't work out, they got a good young core in fucking LA.
What you mean? As far as like bigs?
Shit, no, just in general, they got a good young core.
I agree. But what about the big spot? Who's
Austin Reeves showing out for Team USA right now?
Yeah, I saw that. Him going against Cade and all that.
Yeah.
But what big though? You feel me? That's the thing. If AD go out, like, yeah, you might have a good young core from the 1 through the 3, but who else?
No, I was saying worst case if AD don't work out, you got a good young core. That's all I was saying.
Okay, I see. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Trade him. He got good value.
Nah, I definitely listen. I definitely agree with that. I will
that's a
say,
that's a Malk answer, man.
preseason kicks off tomorrow. I'm not very interested in it.
Why? There's going to be a lot of starters playing on some teams.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure I'll watch some of it, but I'm not really interested in it.
Yeah, I want to see the starters play when they're going to play. There's going to be a decent amount playing. It sounds
For
like
the first 7 minutes of the game.
Nah, not every team. I got a quote right now by Sean Payton that says Russell Wilson and starters to play in preseason opener. That's one of the requirements. Now, I'm not saying they'll play the full game, but he's wanting them to get some reps in. It sounds like
Right, first
It's
7 minutes
a
of the
series.
quarter. But I've also heard that Russell Wilson hasn't been gelling well with the players as well.
I've heard the opposite. Yeah,
No, I heard that he was not gelling well with the players in training camp.
I mean, preseason game should show a little, a sign of what's to come.
I definitely
Do
agree.
we
I
see,
also think that that's why you would say something like mandatory starters playing in the preseason. Because if I see y'all gelling well in the training camp, why do I want to risk y'all in the preseason? But if y'all ain't got it right, yeah, it's mandatory. Everybody plays in the preseason.
Well, they said that's been his policy as a coach. Like
Oh,
going back,
okay.
like that's his Sean Payton thing, not really.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, I know.
God damn, really? Yeah,
Do we see CJ Stroud on tomorrow night?
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll play a little bit.
CJ Stroud's gonna start. It said.
Yeah, people like that you can't really afford not to play.
I was just wondering, something with the baby time.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Your mouth is muffled. Your mic is muffled.
Oh,
yeah, your mouth.
Your mouth.
I say, some teams do the baby thing.
Yeah, they do baby motherfuckers, but I mean, I feel like if you're a rookie coming into the league, that's your first experience at motherfuckers coming at you. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is your half step, so to speak. Like in fighting, we would spar and we wouldn't go 100 speed because we wouldn't want to hurt each other. But this is your opportunity at sparring. You feel what I'm saying? Because even though there are some players out on that field that's going to go 100% speed, they're not the best. You're sparring right now. So you better get a few spars in before you show up on championship fight night. You feel what I'm saying? On the first week of the season as a rookie. Right. I can't see a rookie not playing in the preseason. You're not Victor Wembanyama. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're an NFL player.
Whoa. Victor should have had his ass out there longer than what he had his ass out.
I agree. But the reason why they didn't, because they like he's a fucking unicorn. Yeah, there aren't those in the NFL.
Nah, hell no.
You don't get unicorns that you're like, we're not showing him until this. That doesn't. It's not the way it works. You got to take hits. You got to be involved, or you get hurt. Your body has to be used to the punishment. But, yeah, I am hoping to see CJ with the Houston Patriots. I'm actually kind of interested.
Houston Texans?
Right, but they play the Patriots.
Oh.
I said the state, and then I said the team.
That's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
But I am kind of interested in that New York Detroit game. I'm not gonna lie, on Friday. That was the one that stood out to me the most. the New York Detroit.
New York, Detroit.
Yeah, that's supposed to be on Friday. And then Henry Ruggs sentenced to 3 to 10 years.
I seen that.
Yeah, for the DUI crash and death of 23-year-old Tina Tinter.
And her
Bless,
dog.
God bless her family. And her dog died.
And her dog.
That's vicious. When she was stopped at a stoplight, and I don't mean vicious like he intended to. I just mean like, damn, like that was a hit. That was an impact. But she was stopped at the time, though, wasn't she? She was stopped at a stoplight. So, of course, if you doing over 100 and you don't see a motherfucker stop, it's over.
Yeah.
Shit, for you to still be here, it's a reason. You got something else to complete before they take you. And I don't think it got nothing to do with football. But with that being said, with that 3 to 10 years, do you think he ever makes it back to the field?
Hell no. He ain't Michael Vick.
But see, here's the thing. This is my thing about it. And I'm not arguing that he will make it back to the field. Maybe arena or CFL at the least. But the crash happened November of 2021.
20.
So we're already more than a year and a half in, right? What I see happening here is this isn't, let's keep it a buck. It's somewhat of a slap on the wrist in a sense. Because the reason why they made it 3 to 10 is because the 210, for all the people that are angry, find comfort in that. There's a chance he could be in there 10 years. But we all know how the legal system works. And let's keep it a buck. You can make it out half your bid with good behavior. Especially because it wasn't a vicious or heinous crime.
They want you on parole.
You feel what I'm saying? So there's a chance that he gets out in the next year. And what they do is they put time served to his sentence. Oh, it happened in 2021 where you already been in jail for a year and a half. So do another year and a half and we'll call it a full bid. And you're out in year 3. Now then the question becomes, what the fuck is you doing while you in there? Because a lot of motherfuckers bulk up. Even Vic bulked up. Ain't no meal prep in prison, bruh. You feel me?
Right.
Now, you may get special treatment, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? You may get some guards that's like, bruh, But even fast food, even restaurant food, isn't the food that you need to be eating to stay lean in NFL shape. So
you can't be eating that shit.
So maybe you do see him come back as a tight end. That nigga gonna be thick, I'm telling you right now. Either way you look at it, he gonna be thick when he come out. There's no way he's gonna keep that same frame unless my nigga got the stupid high metabolism.
No, that ain't the case.
Or he trades all his let me stop. Just give me your hard-boiled eggs and peanut butter.
He said hard-boiled eggs and peanut butter.
You know, you can have everything else. I just want that. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing I had written down was New York Jets interested in Ezekiel Elliott. They said
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they said Dalvin Cook is currently their priority, but otherwise, if that falls through, they're looking at Ezekiel Elliott.
I I didn't see. That's interesting. Why did I don't
I mean, I
see
feel
that.
like we talked about it a little last week. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Brees Hall. I think everybody liked Brees Hall, but he's coming back off an injury, and you don't have another back aside from him.
Right.
So you gotta have someone. Now let Dalvin Cook go to New York. That's tough. If they pull Dalvin Cook, man, they might get one.
They might. I mean, I don't know. I think Zeke. I don't see him fitting in New York. But
Well, I'm
I
saying
mean,
if they pull Dalvin Cook.
oh, Dalvin
Yeah,
Cook.
if
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook goes to New York with everything they already have,
that'd be a spot.
they might win one.
That'd be a spot. I
Rodgers,
mean,
Lazard, Wilson, and Dalvin back there.
right, right.
And that's just the skill positions. Never mind nothing else. Then on defense, man,
Jeez.
that's going to be tough. New York's going to be tough next year regardless. But I do hope that Brees Hall does come back and he's, healthy and he continues what he started last year.
Yeah, I like Dalvin Cook. I hope somebody gets him, but I also want him to get paid. So he might be taking his time too, because if they ain't talking that right money, he might just be like, man.
But I
guess
mean, he's already gotten decent money in Minnesota. It's not like he's one of them guys who is, fresh out. Like, he's gotten a contract, just might not have been what he was worth. I think that's the issue at the end of the day. Like, motherfuckers want what they're worth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the NFL is willing to pay you as a quarterback. But the question then becomes, are they willing to pay you what you're worth?
You know the motherfuckers try to cut you short, nickel and dime you. They ain't trying to.
And we've heard motherfuckers on podcasts say that they'll purposely pull you so you don't reach your achievements and shit to have to pay out the bonuses. So if we know that the organization is willing to do that, do you think they willing to pay you when it's up for your contract to come up, even if you led the league in rushing?
Right.
If they that dirty that they don't want to pay bonuses to motherfuckers, you think they gonna pay you when you get your... Nah.
Did you hear about the right tackle Jamarco Jones for the Titans? He got waived after multiple training camp fights. It said he was going to be a potential starter at right tackle, but on Thursday after he was ejected, he got let go. Last Thursday after he was ejected for fighting like multiple times at practice that week. I said, what's these niggas so... I understand. I don't know. But that might be saying something, right? Because Mike Vrabel's the head coach, right? And he played defense. To me, he was a tough player. So if he even says, I guess, this motherfucker got to go, how bad was it? How bad what? Because I like an aggressive motherfucker. You know what I mean? Don't beat your own teammate down. Don't beat your own teammate down. I get it, to an extent. But get physical. That's what the game is for.
I mean, I would even... I'll give y'all a smooth 20 seconds before I break that up.
Right. Coaches just...
You know?
You know what I mean?
I'll give you 10 to 15 to get yours off to see who's about that before I break it up.
Right.
But he was either fucking motherfuckers up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like with the hands type shit. Or
can play. He's beating ass. We don't feel comfortable. Like what?
Yeah, he had to. He had to been gorilla shitting motherfuckers.
That shit is great. Colts signed running back Kenyon Drake amid the Jonathan Taylor uncertainty.
You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
They find him plan B's because plan A don't.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to pay plan A, so you trying to find a plan B to replace him so I can save my money. but y'all got so fucking much money.
You know what it is, Cliff? You know how the owners sit down every so often and they talk, right? Like they have a
Right.
a powwow. It was like, let's not pay these niggas no more and see how it goes. As a matter of fact, we'll just pay the next nigga.
Right.
What y'all think? Everybody agree?
Right.
Agree?
Right. No, I don't think you're far off at all.
Like, it's crazy.
I don't think you're far off at all because it really doesn't make sense. Like, it would be different if y'all lighten the load of these niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're lightening their load, like, we no longer need this position in the league anymore.
Right.
Then I can completely understand you taking the stance that you are currently taking. But when you look at how many attempts, rushing attempts, and all this shit that these motherfuckers is getting, all these injuries that you see happening, the NFL is not guaranteed contracts like it is in the NBA.
No, it's not.
So if you know that motherfuckers is going to get hurt in the first place, why are you so tight with the money?
Right. Like, what's the...
That's the number one position of people who get hurt, running back.
What they say, Cliff? You robbing Peter to play?
Well, I don't want to say that because I don't have the statistics. But who gets hurt more than running backs?
Let's see. I'm gonna look up an interesting.
I mean, Kenyon Drake has been kind of injury prone. Man.
Yeah, he has. He definitely has.
So in football, it says. Well, that was from 2010. I ain't reading that. Well, this is opinion. That's all opinion, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I would like to know that stat.
That'd be an interesting one.
But I'm just asking myself, who get? I understand. I would say it would be a tight. It would be a tight race between running backs and offensive and defensive linemen. Because offensive linemen, defensive linemen, you cannot avoid impact on your play.
Right.
Every other position aside from running back can. Running back, offensive line, defensive line, you cannot avoid impact any play. Only way running backs get off is if you get caught on a screen and the quarterback don't pass to you type shit. Linebackers, DBs, wide receivers can all get through a play without making any contact with anyone. So I can't see it being anything otherwise. And they say the offensive tackle is the highest paid position in football. So you taking care of them, right? You definitely taking care of your defensive linemen because we seen them contracts. So why the fuck leave out your running backs?
Don't make no sense.
That shit is nonsensical.
They're saying Anthony Richardson stacks really solid practices as rookie quarterback pushes for Colts starting gig.
Yeah, he definitely has a shot. Who else do they have? They still got Matt Ryan?
Let me see. I don't think so. They might. Let me see.
Even if they do, he has a shot.
So
he better be the starter.
They got Anthony Richardson. Remember Gardner Minshew went there.
Oh, he did.
And Sam Ellinger.
Okay. I know Ellinger too. Ellinger's definitely going to be the 3.
Between him and the shoe. Between
boo to both of them.
Now, I can see Minshew pulling out the starting spot.
You think?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because I feel like, and I'm not taking nothing away from Richardson, I just feel like from Florida to the league, you got more off on your athleticism than you did your skill. And I do think the NFL is a different beast. And I don't know how much that works. The only person that has worked with thus far is Lamar, and we've seen him struggle with injury because of such.
Yeah, but he might be a different durability than Lamar though too.
Yeah, he could, and he also may not be as quick to pull and run like Lamar is.
Yeah, because he's
But
a little bit more stockier than Lamar too. He's built different than Lamar.
I don't know, G. I can see Minshew taking over that spot. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's had his opportunity to cook.
He did in Jacksonville. He already
But it's
you
Jacksonville.
remember. But you can't. But we can't. But that's like all right. But that's like saying Bryce Young in Carolina is getting his opportunity to cook. C.J. Stroud in Houston is going to get his opportunity to
But
cook. Like
no,
these
we know
private things.
Jacksonville was the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. They just started crawling their way back up.
But everyone had to be the bottom of the barrel at one point, Cliff. Damn near almost every team in the NFL.
Completely understood. Completely understood. But how many changes were made for Jacksonville to start coming up the way they've been coming up? They lost their assistant coach with that racist shit, and Urban Meyer didn't get to coach but a few games. Got a whole new coach in Doug Peterson. Then got your boy Trevor going a little bit. And now they're on the way up. There was a lot of changes that took place in order for Jacksonville to crawl their way up. But they were the bottom. And when I say the bottom of the barrel, I mean the very bottom of the barrel.
Now the Lions usually have typically been the lowest historically over the past 10 years. They've always had the number one picks and shit. Remember, there was years where they were getting number one picks in a row. Mike Williams, different. They were getting.
Yeah, there
We
has
remember.
been a few.
Yeah, when you say bottom of the barrel, no one pops up to me other than the Lions historically, from what I've always seen. That's back to the Barry Sanders days. Now they've come up obviously now, clearly, but I mean, body of work, whew, they
But
were.
even the Lions, didn't come up. I'll give him that. I'll give him organically. I will give him that.
They're not no put together team. Hell no.
Yeah, because they did make the trade for Goff and Stafford, which I've already said the same fucking quarterback.
Now, yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, other than that, they didn't really go for too many pieces that make sense for them. DeAndre Swift got drafted to Detroit.
He's on the Eagles now.
But did he get drafted to Detroit?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yep, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, you can't really. Yeah, the Detroit did too.
From Georgia, 2017. Yes, sir.
But there's also been changes in Detroit. You feel me?
He's from Philly.
There's also been changes in Detroit, from coach to a lot of things.
I mean, Dan Campbell's all right, but I stress the word all right.
Nah, I don't think that's the case. I think he gonna show out. I think he's been showing out. Motherfuckers just been hard on him.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. My guy didn't even make the top 32 on the NFL head coaching list. And like you said, Josh McDaniels wasn't even supposed to be on there, and he's on there. So that's clearly saying something.
But we questioned that list from the jump. So that's saying something as well. It'd be different if we was like, yeah, every one of these picks sound right, and he's not on it.
But I mean, he wasn't on there at all, though. Like, it's one thing to not be ranked right, because really, it wasn't the problem for me. See, that's different.
Right.
Your argument was about motherfuckers being on there. I wasn't arguing the motherfuckers on there. I'm arguing the order specifically that they're on there.
Right,
I don't disagree that a lot of them shouldn't be on there.
So essentially what you're saying is Dan Campbell ranks either 31 or 32 out of your list.
Hey, 17, 28, and 1 in 3 seasons. Is that good? 3 seasons. 17 wins, 28 losses, 1 draw. Is that good?
Well, see, that it's not like you can compare coaches' stats like you can of players.
I mean, stats are stats, though. Like
Because it's just as
up.
much as I was giving props to, or not, I want to say props, but I was letting motherfuckers slide for being on bottom of the barrel teams. It's been a lot of coaches that's been interchanged throughout the league because they came into bottom of the barrel teams and were expected to do something. You can't do nothing if you don't have nothing. So, of course, that makes my record look bad. We just found out that the Towel Boy gets a record. Isn't that did we have that?
Didn't you say the Ravens didn't have a lot of pieces? But for the most part, we already said that Harbaugh had a lot of winning seasons, and we said that they didn't have a lot of talent to work with. They really just had Lamar, right?
Well, as of late, right? But your argument was also that he had a lot of time before Lamar got there as well.
Right.
And a lot of time before Lamar got there was around that time that we talked about with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and all that shit, right?
Doug Peterson came to a bottom of the barrel team. Jacksonville, right?
No, definitely.
Took them to the playoffs.
No, definitely, but they were also on their way. We were talking about we were talking about how Jacksonville had pieces and they could be on their way when Urban Meyer lost his job. I'm not taking anything away from what Doug Peterson has done with them.
I personally, again, want to emphasize that I never thought they were going to do anything with Urban Meyer, me personally. So, I mean, if you thought that at the time,
I said so, but I again, going back to the beginning of the show, I didn't attest it to the coaching. I attested it to the pieces that you were filling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was getting you. I didn't really give a fuck if it was Doug Peters or Urban Meyer. I saw that you were filling holes that needed to be filled, and I was saying, oh, they're on their way to being somebody.
Right.
It just so happened Doug Peterson took that spot and was like, I saw that too, Cliff. Let me show you.
He did. I mean, he did.
Because you remember, I said the same thing about Detroit before Dan Campbell came there.
You did. You said they were on the rise. You did. Said that about the Houston Rockets too. I'm still waiting.
And I'm telling, and Detroit. Wait till this year. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I've been seeing shit.
I'm still waiting.
I'll be seeing shit. But what else? We throw something else out real quick while I check this.
Hey, Q, they
early.
Yeah, it's early. It's 9:12.
Hour 30 in. I do have to run to the bathroom real quick. I've been there going through.
Dude, Jalen Waddle and the Dolphins are raving about, I guess, one of y'all's rookie running backs, Devon Achane.
Devon Achane.
Achane, okay.
Yeah.
They say he's looking good.
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
That's why we ain't been too pressed about the Dalvin Cook thing, trying to throw him more money and stuff like that. You know, this is just another product of culture changing for Miami.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all loading up. Y'all got a lot of good young talent right now.
So.
And then I seen Tyreek Hill said that about Eli Apple, since he's on the team now, he said, now I get to embarrass him every day. Tyreek Hill's that nigga.
Boy beats. You got to think about it. He had over 1,700 yards.
Right.
Last year.
And I think he's like my height. I know Tyreek Hill's obviously little. That's what I was trying to say.
And that's only, 13 games with Tua?
Right. He's just a dog, man. So Tyreek Hill, he's actually an inch taller than me. He's 5'10". Oh, and he's younger than me. I don't know why I thought he was old. He's 29. Oh, yeah, he's going to be playing for a while. He's a dog.
Yeah, speedsters last. So even when they get older, they last.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolphins is going to be dangerous. They're going to be dangerous. And then, let's see, what else did I see? Yeah, so what exactly happened with that Eric Bieniemy shit? They said, I guess he was been real intense in practice, and some of the players complained about it. I know Cliff was talking about it. Cliff, I
Yeah,
just brought up
yeah.
the Eric Bieniemy shit. Like, what exactly happened? Like, players is just bitching and complaining about his intensity. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like,
Yeah, like he was saying it was soft or whatever. I don't know why the article came out where Ron Rivera was talking about he put his foot in his mouth, because I didn't really read too much into that, but I did think I seen a video of them talking on ESPN or something like that, and they was saying that he was saying how he thought that motherfuckers was soft, like going through training camp soft type shit, like they wasn't really pushing. Now, again, I don't know what Ron Rivera said to make him come out and say he put his foot in his mouth dealing with it, but
right? Like, what is that? Yeah, them niggas. Hey, hold on, Magic Johnson. Get your motherfucking team together since you the new owner of the Commanders.
I forgot about that.
Every time
You
Magic
right.
come around, it's always a show, like a shit show, some chain of events.
I don't know if you can blame that on Magic, though. This specific situation, I don't know if you can blame it on Magic.
I'm not blaming it on Magic, but it's a coincidence and ironic that every time he's around or running some shit, it starts to get a little crazy.
Right.
Nah. Y'all keep forgetting. At the end of the day, this is the black coach.
What's that
He
mean?
coming in that bit like Mike Tomlin. He like, hold up, man.
Oh, right. I see what I see. What you're
I
getting
don't
at.
need lazy shit, lazy routes. Oh, it's just practice, yada yada. Nah. We come to work.
Right.
Nigga, you making millions and millions of dollars. Shut the fuck up.
But see, it's only certain black coaches like that, Q. That's I have to disagree. There was only a few Mike Singletaries, Tony Dungy's, and certain, like Marvin Lewis and them was laid back. Lovie Smith, laid back. They don't,
You see
behind
what they
closed
at.
doors they could. They're not known to get excited, like to get amped up as black coaches.
You see where they at.
I mean, shit, you really should be yelling then. You know what I mean? That gives you all the more.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean.
You know,
I don't think that you have to yell to expect intensity from your players.
It's football.
Nah, I'm a yeller. Don't get me wrong. Me myself personally, I am a yeller. I'm a yeller, but everybody doesn't have to be like, nigga, hit, run your route, plant your feet. Fuck are you
It's
on
football.
this team for if you don't want to work?
It's football.
That's the thing about it, is like, coming from a situation where motherfuckers is getting paid a 32nd of your contract.
Right.
Not even a 16th of what you make. Matter of fact, let's take it even further. You're making quadruple in more per game than what we're making annually.
Right. That's fucked up, but yeah.
And you ask yourself why fans go so hard, and it's like, because motherfuckers is taking tax money out of my check to put into your facilities.
Motherfucker.
You feel me? And then you get mad when fans say you suck. No, that's what you get paid for, bitch. You gotta accept that shit. You get paid for public scrutiny and all that as well. And criticism and everything.
Yeah.
Now, y'all heard me 1,000 times say I will never call a college player or a high school player sorry. I won't say he sucks. I won't say nothing like that because he ain't got a chance to get to that bag. But once you get that label of a pro athlete, professional athlete means you are now getting paid to do this. That means that I can now critique you.
They got NIL money now, Cliff, so now we can say
NIL's different. That's different. You got that from your image and likeness. So if you got that hustle about you, God bless. But as far as on the field or on the court play, you ain't got your bag yet. So I'm not going to talk bad about you.
Some of these young niggas
don't. Once you get drafted or you get your bag, I am going to be comparing you to your counterparts.
But once you get NIL, though, it kind of opened the door to your ass getting some slander.
Right? No, real talk. If you're good enough to get paid,
Some of
right,
these motherfuckers, they get married.
But see, that's the thing though. They're not all of them are getting paid for the sport. They're getting paid because they do the sport, but they're not getting paid from the sport itself. The college didn't cash in them out for playing for them.
But put it this way, Cliff. These kids is getting paid more than any of us off NIL money.
But that's different. That's because they had a hustle about them with the talent of the sport.
That's fine. You're getting paid more than me. You're playing a sport. You're clearly a premier player. You're going to get the bag either way because you're already getting paid off likeliness, like you said. So clearly your likeliness to get the bag is very likely.
I mean, I get
I'm putting you under the motherfucking bus.
Set your bounds where you set your bounds.
When you sign that contract to get that money for saying this is who you are,
right,
nigga, you better be who you are.
Right, not for real though. So, if Marvin Harrison Jr., who by the way
that's not an unfair thing to say.
Right.
But go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Well, I was just gonna say Marvin Harrison Jr., for example, he just got a deal with Grippos. Now, I love Grippos, but you start fucking up.
I used to when I was younger.
I might boycott the Grippos, Marvin Harrison Jr. start fucking up.
You would boycott Grippos because Marvin.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just. But no, I mean, like you said, when you sign that contract, you get that money to NIL. I understand how all of them are getting them. Let's be honest, we're not talking about everybody. I hate to say it. We talk about.
Let's keep it a buck. Like we talked about the baby Gronk nigga. That nigga's what, 13, 12? He got an NIL deal. Can we just start talking about him? We should start saying he's trash.
You at least got to be.
We can boost his head up though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always boost a motherfucker's head. Especially if you're a child. Like, and when I say child.
I ain't boosting everybody's child up, Cliff. I don't give a fuck.
No, not everybody. You got to be worth a fuck. That's the thing. You got to be worth. I'm just saying that if you're not worth a fuck, I'm not going to be the one to call you out and say, that nigga's not worth a fuck. If he hadn't got to the league yet, you will never hear me say, oh, he's trash. Now, you might hear me say, cuz blue coverage. Cuz needs to focus on this, but you'll never hear me say, "Oh yeah, he's trash. Get rid of him." No, they're kids. They gotta get there first.
Man, you 18 years older. You ain't no kid.
They're still children.
Nah.
That's the same for G League. For any G League player or college.
But we know there's veteran G leaguers. So at that point, you gotta be able to say, my nigga, you're 30 in a G League. You're not it. And even still, as harsh as it may be, you're still a pro in the G League. You may not be making good money, but you are a pro. You are getting paid to play. So at this point, I get to criticize your game. And I heard it on the Raw Room. One of my favorite podcasts in the world. I hate all these motherfuckers. Derek Bates. I hate all these motherfuckers talking about niggas suck. You ain't no pro. You ain't never been pro. You know all these pros, even the worst pro will beat you. Yeah, of course. But the key word is you're a pro, which means you get paid to do this, which means I get to criticize what it is that you do. Why? Because you get paid to do it, my nigga.
Right.
It's no different than me working a job and being a fucking cashier. If I'm giving out wrong change, they're gonna say, nigga, you suck. You can't do this no more.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
You feel what I'm saying, though?
I do.
So if you're a pro, that's what you get paid to deal with as well. But a collegiate, high school, JV, Pop Warner, they don't. Leave them alone. At least in my opinion. But again, y'all set y'all's bounds where y'all set them. I'm just saying that's my
Oh no, you better not be sticking your neck out there talking about the nation's best. Because I'm a nation's left.
I think that disagreeing is completely different. I can now if you say you that and I say I don't think he's that. But I'm not gonna be like, cuz suck, man. That little nigga suck.
All right. Let Caleb Williams play like ass this year. I'm gonna mention his name every week. Hit the shot.
Why is that name not clicking with me?
The
Ain't that the USC
USC
quarterback?
quarterback, the one that's
It
gonna be
Yep.
a
is.
receiver.
Yep. USC. Yeah, it is.
Yep. Along with your sword doing this shit at the end of the game. All that.
I don't want to play like I don't want to backtrack what I'm saying because I still feel that way. But I also feel like that's a little different because you stayed. You know what I mean? Like you stayed. Like kind of
They
like
did
let's keep it a
for that.
buck. Kind of like Angel Reese. Like we know that you're WNBA ready. But you chose to stay because you're getting your NIL money and all that. And I agree. Get your bag. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, you chose to stay. You feel me? So now that you're a second year and we didn't expect you to be a second year, that does open up a little more room for people to be like, you might suck. You might suck now.
He might suck.
You know?
Might be a true sucker now.
You stupid. You are stupid.
You gotta clip that part. That's a good one though.
You know? But that's tough though.
I mean, everybody get your money. Young, old, poor, broke, black, white, all that.
Listen,
Get
as
your
long as they
Yeah, yeah.
printing it like motherfucking loose leaf paper, you might as well. I just wish for once in a fucking economic system it would trickle down like y'all said it would.
Real.
Bitches.
He said,
Motherfucker.
bitches.
That's how I feel about it. That's how I'm
He
feeling.
said, that's just what it is.
Come see me about it.
All right, if you're feeling some type of way, come holler at me.
Come check in about it.
Man.
I still don't benefit from all these taxes I fucking pay. When I'm benefit.
You know what?
Listen,
No, that's
motherfucker's
fine.
about to stop. Yep, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to go exempt at my motherfucking job. And come get it from me. How about that? Y'all have been taking from me all my life. Come take it. Or take me to jail if you feel that tough about it.
Throw away the key. What'd he say? Take me to jail.
Lock me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come with y'all, man. Nah, I don't really Mount trying to get a little run in, but I'm trying to multitask at the same time on some other shit. But what else y'all got? I'm trying to think.
On my list, nothing. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I think we stopped at Cleveland. I will say the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints were 14 and 15.
They were 14 and
On that power
the
ranking.
Saints
On that
and the
NFL.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Really?
Seahawks 14.
They got Derek Carr in them above. Okay.
You hear what I'm saying?
I mean, they do got Cam Jordan, Michael Thomas. Motherfucker, Michael Thomas.
Nah, my nigga, though, I don't care what you said. You ended the season last year, 2022, 7 and 10. You had the 26th hardest strength of schedule. You had the 26th hardest strength of schedule. You better end it 7 and 10. Meanwhile, the Raiders had what I say, the fourth. Yeah, the fourth hardest, and they was 6 and 11. Whit Carr, who's infamous for blowing it.
Right.
Man,
right.
I ain't hearing that. So how the fuck is the Saints 15 now? Why? Because Jarvis Landry back healthy? Is that what y'all... What is it exactly that put y'all there? We just talked about Carr being possibly the first quarterback to ever lose to 31 out of 32 teams. We just talked about that. And y'all 15. And we dropped down to 29 because we got a guy that's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to 3 NFC championships. And we're 29 now.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
That's weird. That's just weird. It's just all weird to me.
Yeah, it's just.
It's
I mean,
your
I don't
coach
know.
fault.
I don't doubt it. Now that's a good. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I'm
It's
not a
definitely
fan
a
of Josh.
possibility.
I'm not a fan of Josh.
We'll see. Like I said, him and Garoppolo might be the perfect love connection, though.
Now
You know what
you
I mean?
could be absolutely correct because I know they have chemistry from back in the day, but
Then again, Frank Reich and Carson Wentz tried out their love connection again in a different place. I mean, that shit. But I'm not saying Garoppolo's Carson Wentz. I'm just saying, the rekindle of the flame with the previous history.
where was that at? In Indiana?
Yeah, on the Colts. Remember Frank
Uh-huh.
Reich, after we won the Super Bowl, he left, became the coach
Right.
of the Colts. Which,
Then,
matter of
then
fact, he's
Wentz
with Bryce.
came. Right.
He's with Bryce Young and North Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to do another Jalen Hurts 2.0. Well, I don't think he was there when. Oh, was he there?
No, I honestly think
He wasn't there.
I honestly think Bryce is different.
I mean, I'd like to think so. I'm not saying he's not. You got to show me.
I mean that's
He's not.
I mean that's the name of the game, right? Like I can believe all I want, but
Right. Especially in Carolina, who do they got?
I think that he could have done worse.
What
You
you
know
mean?
what I'm saying? I think he actually got the better draw of the straw than CJ. What the fuck does Houston have?
See, no, I mean,
What does Houston have? I'd much rather be in
Cliff,
Carolina.
Cliff. They got 2 back-to-back picks for the Texans this year in the draft. Did you forget?
Who'd they
They
pick
got
up?
like the 1 and the 3.
You talking
Will
about
Anderson.
next year?
No, this year they drafted C.J. Stroud. Then I think they got like the 3rd pick in the draft or whatever. They had like 2 first-round picks. They got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson from, I believe it's from Alabama. Dog. Yep. From
At what position?
Yep. Fucking linebacker. Or no, sorry, defensive end. He's 243, 21 years old, 6'4". Dog. Yep, I was right. Pick number 3. So they drafted CJ, then Bryce, then Texans back on the board, and they got my boy Will Anderson Jr. from Alabama. Defensive end. I'm not saying that's going to be a game changer, but I mean that's when you're talking about building and doing things organically. That's a good organic way to, begin adding pieces.
I mean, but what did they have beforehand? Like, you expecting rookies to come turn the team around?
They got Robert Woods. They got Dalton Schultz. Case Keenum's backup quarterback. Devin Singletary's a running back. Did not know that. Devin Singletary. He's still got a little bit of juice. Derek Stingley Jr. at cornerback. He's nice.
Yeah, I do like Stingley.
Jimmy Ward at safety. He's
him. Where did he come out of? Where did he come out
of? Who?
The name sounded familiar, but it's not. Was that a Florida State boy?
Derek Stingley Jr.?
No, Jimmy Ward.
He came from the 49ers, I know that, but let me see. North Illinois University.
Okay.
He came from the 49ers, though. They got I mean, they low key got a few.
I don't think am I?
Decent starting pieces, I'll say that. But they're not going to do shit by any means. Of course not. They're not going to do shit. That's just because of the team and the organization and the head coach, as always. Lovie Smith.
Yeah, nah. I think I would much rather be in Carolina than Houston.
Hey, their team's just not as good. I'm about to pull them up. They just don't have as many the same people. DJ Shark, trash. Hayden Hurst, he's okay.
Shark ain't trash.
Who ain't trash?
Shark ain't trash.
He's not what? He's not no premier wide receiver. He's like the number 2 wide receiver.
Well, no, I'm not saying he's premier. I'm just saying he's not trash.
He's a 4th or 5th wide receiver on your depth chart.
He's not trash.
4 or 5 is good. I mean, hey.
Who you got? So name the first 4.
On the Panthers, or you're talking about?
Right. On their depth chart. Name the first 4.
Let me see.
And while you look at them, I'm just saying he's not trash because you also got to think of who's pitching.
What you mean? He had your boy Jared Goff in Detroit, and you rave about Jared Goff in Detroit. You said him and Matt Stafford are
I won't
very
say
comparable.
rave, but yeah, I said that
You
they're
gave
the
a lot
same
of kudos
quarterback.
to Jared Goff on these shows.
I said I think Jared Goff edges Matt Stafford out for sure.
Oh, thank you. Point
But
exact.
I said that they're the same quarterback, so I can't say they're the same quarterback and then give them praise at the same time.
Well, my point being is he didn't have a bad quarterback, and I had him in fantasy football last year, and he was trash. He didn't. I ended up having to release him. He didn't do shit. I actually had him on my team last year. But he's got. Let's see. Yeah, he had a couple, like a 1 or 2 catches last year, but he wasn't.
Well, no, I don't even want to know his stats. I'm just trying to see who are the
I know.
other 3 on Panthers above him.
Adam Thielen. Hey, Adam Thielen.
He is.
Terrence Marshall Jr.
So the Vikings gave up Thielen to the Panthers?
Hell yeah. You got Justin Jefferson. Why wouldn't you? You ain't getting the ball. Hell yeah.
No, definitely, but I don't.
He's number 19.
I don't remember seeing that.
I don't either, but it says he's on the Panthers.
And I feel like we would have reported it and everything, and I don't remember anything of the such.
Yeah, it must have been a quiet move, I guess, but he sure is on there.
Nah, that's definitely, he's definitely above Shark. Who else?
And that's pretty much. I mean, I like Terrence Marshall Jr. You probably don't even know about him though.
Yeah, I know Marshall.
Yeah, dog. They got Javon Wims. Javon Wims ain't too bad. He came from the Bears.
I don't know if he as low as you think he is.
And they got Shy Smith. I don't even know him, but his name alone sounds like he a dog. I'm going off a name likeliness.
He sound like he 5'10", 185 pounds, and he's shifty as shit.
You know, it's really weird that you said that, because I'll tell you what's funny. You were right up until the point that you were off by 5 pounds. He's 5 pounds heavier, but everything else was correct.
Yeah, and I bet he's shifty as shit.
Right, that's why I said Shy Smith. Shy stand for shifty. They must have known when he came out. Yep, Shy.
I ain't no fool, man. I'm telling you, I'll be seeing shit. I ain't no fucking fool.
5'10", 190. Sure is.
Yeah. I was off by 5 pounds. I'd have got the money if we was at the fair and you bet for the bear. Yeah, you lost. Motherfucker.
Oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I think I got. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else.
So yeah, the preseason. Okay, so who's everybody's teams playing first game between us 3?
I actually didn't even look up the Raiders' schedule preseason this year. Let me do that right
preseason?
now. Yeah, that I don't even know why that didn't even cross. I just don't.
Raiders got 49ers.
Yeah.
Raiders got the 49ers?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting though too, right? Because Garoppolo get a chance to be like, fuck y'all bitches. I ain't make my physical, but I can shit on y'all in this first 7 minutes of this first quarter.
Dolphins got Falcons Friday night.
Do y'all?
Yeah. I don't know what you expect out of us. We'll probably sit a lot of guys. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so for anybody out there that be listening to the show and like the stats, don't expect nothing preseason because I'm not looking shit up. I'll watch a game, I'll give you my opinion, but I'm not looking up stat. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
We're looking for the standouts.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking at. The fuck? I've never really ever got into preseason ball. I usually just watch the first half, if I'm being quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, I usually watch that or a couple of series of the first, but I don't really watch it like
Yeah,
two
maybe.
times.
No, and that's me being you. You're absolutely correct. I've tuned out after the first quarter.
Right. Right. I don't be.
And if you pull them too quick, I'm done watching.
Mm.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I just want to see how the offense you plan to run or the defense you plan to run will be. But once I see that, I don't really care about the players that are fighting for their spot unless I know someone, out of the group.
Yeah. Yeah, I get to look at what the depth of my defense will be.
Yeah, I like to see like
That's
certain players. Like for me, like since the Eagles did a good job of drafting the past year or two, like I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what them young guys do.
Right. That's a very interesting point.
But that's only because of that. Like if we were to have drafted shitty and like signed people that or something that I wasn't interested in, like I'm not gonna watch that. Like, but so that's the only reason why I'll say about my team, just because like I said for that. But if they didn't do that, then yeah, I ain't watching that shit like that. But
right.
I don't even know who we. Let me see. Are we play?
It don't really matter because I bet y'all better not. I wouldn't even. I'd be like, ain't no starter playing in the preseason this year.
We got the Ravens. I want to know if Odell's gonna play.
He better not play.
He needs some reps though. He gotta loosen him up.
He better not play.
Can't hide him forever. You know what I mean?
Ain't about hiding him. Just be ready when we unleash him. But he ain't playing in no preseason.
That's why I like to mention the joint practices.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear a lot about them this year.
They had them. They just be quiet about them. Like,
yeah.
Last year, I remember we reported on them because there was hella fights throughout them bitches.
Well, I think y'all been scrimmaging the 49ers, I just read earlier. That's who y'all been scrimmaging against.
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
I ain't heard much.
Right, because, both teams got Purdy and Garoppolo. What'd you expect? And ain't much to really report back. You know what I'm saying? Same shit, different play.
So what's that about? So we played them first, but that would be the team that we practice with? They trying to work up bad blood with the youngins. I mean, I would imagine that to be a good way to do so. Y'all practice together for a few days, and then y'all actually get to play each other.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess fuel the fire a little bit.
Right. I wonder if that's the same across the board. I wonder if everybody else that's practicing together get the first, preseason game.
Most teams do.
Hmm.
Most teams do. Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't got much else. So, who we got hitting the showers?
Yeah, I gotta make this run. There's been a lot of them, really. It's been a lot of shit. I guess.
I got the NBA.
Okay.
Because it's 4 months later since the Minnesota Timberwolves got their ass whooped by Denver and was out the playoffs. And they just fined Anthony Edwards $50,000 for swinging a fucking folding chair.
Oh, yeah.
In the game?
Yeah, following the game.
So, okay. Yeah,
Swung.
definitely.
Yeah.
Disorderly conduct after a game.
So let me find out that they reviewing tape on how they can get niggas with fines.
See what happens when you got the Alabama bro. Motherfuckers start swinging chairs and shit. They start looking at the tech.
They said we know what that means. That's a call to action. We can't have that.
Yep.
You swinging chairs, throwing hats, anybody do anything like that? You're fine, motherfucker.
Yeah. NBA backed that one up real quick. Hold on. Did he swing the fucking chair? Oh, got him. 50K.
Yeah, got
50?
50K.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
50,000 is crazy.
But not to them. That shit is just a couple dollars type shit.
Man, 50,000 is crazy. They trying to get a little bit back off that contract they just gave that motherfucker.
Fuck it. I probably could have came up with a better one, but I guess I'll do hit the showers with Jerry Jones because he's not trying to pay Zach Martin. He's like an all-pro, you know what I'm saying, guard. And he still ain't been to practice. Like he said, he's not coming to practice. He'll take the fines. Jerry Jones is like, that's cool with me, whatever. And he's not trying to pay him to protect Dak in that offensive, system. So
Jerry Jones is a bad motherfucker, and I don't always mean that in the positive of the term.
That's the Wolf of Dallas. Fuck the Wolf of Wall Street. That's the Wolf of fucking Texas, boy.
It doesn't matter. I'm sure he got stories that would never end.
You hear me? I'm sure there'll be a tell-all one day when it's said and done.
I need the interview, motherfucker.
All right.
But for now, hit the showers.
Mm-hmm.
My hit the showers. It's a compound hit the showers.
Okay.
It's not two hit the showers. It's just a compound. And it's going to Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Marky Mark.
Y'all gotta hit the showers. They formally agreed to a cage match against each other.
Niggas.
And they're saying that it's gonna be streamed on X or whatever Elon's changing Twitter to. I have a problem with that.
Why not Facebook?
I asked that as well. Like, I would imagine it would have been streamed to both. And I'm sure they will write that up in the contract because it doesn't mean... I wouldn't see why it would just go to one.
Right.
And we're both fighting. Let's see, beyond who wins the fight, who has more fans. Who's going to tune in to where the most.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, but my biggest issue with that is going back historically. Let's take it back to the beginning of time.
Right.
The fighters have always been the slaves. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Back in the day, think about Spartacus, think about the gladiators. Those were the people that couldn't afford to pay for their freedom, so they had to fight in the cage until they made enough to be set free. And nothing has changed even in current time. When you think about the best MMA fighters, boxers, they're poor. They're people who have to fight to get out of the position that they're in. So when you have so much as an Elon Musk or a Mark Zuckerberg, and you choose to do this for absolutely no reason at all, it makes it very hard for me not to hope something doesn't happen to both of y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope y'all both knock each other out at the exact same time and get concussed to a point that y'all can't no longer run y'all's businesses because y'all playing with fire.
Right.
There's no point for y'all to ever need to fight, yet you choose to. And I feel like you take it as a joke for that reason. And for that reason alone, I feel like both of y'all should break a fucking arm.
And they probably will.
In the fight, break an arm.
Somebody have a busted lip, a chipped nail or some shit.
I want something serious enough for them to be like, why would I have done this in the first place? Like, what made me agree to this?
Like, what the fuck?
You said what, Q?
They so mad at each other they want to organize a fight.
I don't get it. And see I know this isn't that kind of podcast, but that's capitalism at its finest. I'm upset with you because you're in a similar space as me financially, and you're taking up a lot of my funds. So if I beat you, I get to be the only one that's doing it. That's capitalism.
Right. But it ain't like you're killing them, so you won't be the only one. Even when you beat them up, the motherfuckers still go back to making.
But we know what all that means. We know what that means in an era like this. They've done their job at dumbing us down. It's idiocracy now. So if one of them wins, we know that the masses are going with the winner. Whether it be Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, y'all both doing the same thing.
I mean,
why would I want to be on the app of the guy that got his ass beat to the other guy that I could be on the app on? I'm going to go to his app. He's the winner.
Because you want to post, because you're still going to post, because it's not about it's never been about the CEOs, Cliff, of these apps. Like, let's be real. Ain't none of us on here got a Facebook because of Mark Zuckerberg. Motherfuckers give a care less.
No, that's
about no Mark Zuckerberg.
That's correct.
My Facebook is for my grandma and them. To keep it all the way 1,000,000% with y'all niggas. It's really to let them know I'm alive, I'm okay, and I'm still light bright.
That's what Facebook do?
No, I'm saying like that's what. No, I'm saying like my reason, like all of our reasons behind social media is not because of these Mark Zuckerbergs and Elon Musk. We get them because we want them and we use them for different reasons. But we don't give a fuck about who's the CEO. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't care. They still going X the shit or tweet the shit, whatever the fuck.
All I got to say is you see how fast the whole motherfucking world hopped on Jake Paul's dick for winning a few fights. Let one of them beat the other and see how fast you see the other stock drop. Watch.
I mean, like I said, motherfuckers ain't gonna quit their apps though.
No, they're not gonna quit it, but watch stock drop. This is capitalism, is why I said this is capitalism at its finest. Because it has nothing to do with who's the better fighter, right? But the better fighter wins the masses. They win the money. They won the chips. What they're doing is they're pushing their chips all in. Of course, it's not ownership of their companies, but it's representation of. Right. So if I push my company in, if I say I'm a whoop this nigga's ass on Hit the Showers.
Right.
What you think happens to Hit the Showers if I lose? Shit,
people
the same thing that happens if I won, because we ain't getting no more views. I'm just saying.
I'll say people tune in more to be like, hey, that's the nigga that got his ass whooped.
Nah. I'm just saying it's gonna be hard when you got that, when you're on that big of a platform.
Right.
It's hard. Like, we already know how fast motherfuckers turn their back on arrow spins for losing a fight. Just one.
Right.
In a business that's what I do, fight. If that's my business, losses come with it. But y'all automatically talking about I need to hang it up. What the fuck you think is going to happen to somebody who has more on the line than just their fighting career. Everyone in the entire world is going to be like, Elon's a bitch. Mark, what app you got? I'm signing up. Or vice versa. I'm telling you, it's capitalism at the end of the day. It's two men fighting for the rest of the all of the followers, essentially. And that's why it's a joke. And that's why a piece of me hopes y'all both break an arm or a leg. I hope y'all both leg kick each other at the same time, shin to shin, and both y'all bitches wrap up like a pretzel.
I mean, but that's just, we already seen when people got money how bored that they can be. They just do shit just because
And
they
that's what I'm
can.
saying. Fuck around, find out. Find out. That's why you gotta, at the end of the day, as crazy as his word is, that's why you gotta respect the Jake Paul. Because at least he was like, let me fuck around and find out with real fighters.
All right.
With
And
real athletes, with real people. These motherfuckers is like, nah, I don't like you. You're the best business owner. I'm the best business owner. Let's hop in a cage. Y'all sound dumb as fuck.
I mean, niggas go to war every day, though.
You right. And I'm sure a lot of times
And for less.
Right.
Right. See? Look.
But this is just weird. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna watch it. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna tune in. And I'm gonna hope. Well, let's keep it a buck. I might not watch it because I know if anybody has firmware or malware or whatever to stop a motherfucker from stealing the pay-per-view, they do. But you can trust and believe I'm not paying for no Elon Musk pay-per-view. That's getting stolen, Jack. Oh, I'm going to all the sites for that.
I said no payment required.
You hear what I'm saying? You got payment enough, motherfucker. You been out of the atmosphere.
Right. Well, fuck them at the end of the day.
So hit the showers. Anybody got anything to take us out?
Football season's upon us.
It's getting there.
It's upon us. Is this my nigga? Who is this? I don't like that. Yeah, it's upon us. I mean, so what? Shit, eventually maybe we could get back to trying to sneak in Saturday shows. Need to talk to the crew. We'll do that on the side. But yeah, be back again.
Yeah, nah, we in there. But for now, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them motherfuckers to troll. We out this bitch.